Hello and welcome to a special episode today. We are going to Gilly. Maybe. We'll see. The rocket key off the launch pad. We'll go to Gilly. It's going to be kind of a complicated mission, but I'll show you what we got. Got a nuclear tug orbit somewhere. We got a nuclear tug in orbit. We're gonna go rendezvous a science ship with, and hopefully that thing can take us all the way to Gilly and back. Do a landing on Gilly, do some science. With us, commanding the crew, we got Jebediah Kerman, our best Kerman, who never lands properly. Bill, your favorite engineer. Two tourists, Wegry and Richmond. They only paid for admission to Kerbal orbit, but we're taking them all the way to Gilly, just because I think it's cheaper to do that, so they don't die. And we got two scientists, Ken Bees and Samwin, who previously worked on Minmus. We're taking them too because we got a science module on this. The main purpose of this mission is science, but we're also pretty desperate for money, so we only got 43 in the bank, so after we finish this mission, we don't have enough money for a second mission, so this one has to work. We should be able to make a lot of our money back pretty quickly, though, because we have a space station contract. We got a science data from spacecraft Kerbal, which is pretty easy. Rendezvous, that should pay us some. And then if we actually get to Gilly and Eve and whatnot, we'll be awarded some world first milestones, which always pay out pretty well. But we just gotta get there first, so been monologuing too long. Haven't turned over the rocket. Gonna go with a slightly inefficient set. This craft is a little bit structurally curious, so I don't want to pitch over too fast. Nighttime launch. And I think the tug, it's a little bit light on fuel, so we'll need to refuel it up there. But we do have the docking capabilities, and hopefully the second stage has some extra fuel. And ignition at the second stage. Yeah, so, you know, this might be it for us. We can always take out bailout loan, but this is the mission that's going to decide how our career, or how our agency goes, whether or not we need to get a bailout loan or not. So we have to hit this target, MNT2. It's a simple tug. Should have the Delta V to take us all the way to Eve. Nice. Looks like we're a little bit more centric than I thought we'd be. But we'll be out of the atmosphere soon. And then we're going to do some very fun rendezvous. Rendezvous is kind of tedious. I don't really like doing it, but it helps build better craft. And we need to do it this time around for a contract. Should be our first contract that actually pays us a little bit. So we'll go ahead and jettison this fairing, revealing the actual craft. Deploy some solar panels. And there's that Kerbal Sun. So you can see we got a science lab, some crew compartments, and that's pretty much it. I put this big tower on top. Oh, we also have a lander, or a, that's a probe. I'm gonna try to drop and use the atmosphere. We'll see if it survives. Just realized it doesn't have a reaction wheel on it, so it may not orientate itself correctly. So we'll finish the circularization burn right now. And let's plan these maneuvers. So where's our target at? First thing we should probably do is balance out that ascending descending node. It's pretty egregious. I think this will actually be the first time we're going to be docking two craft in this entire game. Besides like docking on the surface, which is a little bit easier. Or, well, easier in some ways, harder in others. Docking on the surface really requires good design. Docking in orbit requires a lot more knowledge about orbital mechanics. So, if you know what you're doing, neither one should be too difficult. Alright, and our setting node is reduced. Oh, it's increased. No worries. We'll just go to the other side. Manually scrub it out. Back to the sun. Perfect. Zero inclination. Now our intersect is currently at, or separation distance is at about 500 kilometers. We'll see if we're gaining or losing. The orbits are pretty tight. Alright, looks like we're gaining about 100 meters, or 100 kilometers. So I'll just warp until we go all the way around. I believe the diameter of Kerbin, or the radius of Kerbin, is about 600 meters. So that gives it a circumference of 2 pi r, so 1200 times 3, 3600, about, 3800 or so. Radius. So if we're getting 100, it's like, what, 38 rotations or orbits? We should see it gain up closer. Alright, separation distance is closing by about 100. That's like 105 per orbit. Alright, 33 kilometers. Our next one is going to be at 33. So I'll put a maneuver our apoapsis to see if we can't get this a little bit closer. Two. I'll try to maneuver at the periapsis. 45. 6.2. 0.4. Close enough, I guess. Let's prepare for that burn. Relative velocity would be 37 meters per second, which isn't bad at all. Shave it off in no problem, no time. So now the spacecraft is aligning with the heading it will need to execute the correction burn, which is in 40 seconds. It's a very small burn. Let's see what we got. For the final part of the burn, I'm going to use the RCS to fine tune it. Alright, looks like that's as good as it's going to get. So now we just gotta wait till we're on the other side of the planet, and we should be getting our closest intercept right as the sun comes by. So we'll be able to dock for the entire rotation in the sun to dock, so about 15 minutes. Or 16 or 17, I guess, because you get a little bit more time because the sun, or the orbit is greater than the circumference of the planet, so slightly more of the orbit is in the sun than not. Alright, target is getting very close. Let's see where we're at. Should be in load range. We'll go ahead and orientate ourselves retrograde. Retrograde to the target velocity, that is. We're at closest approach right now. Burning off our relative velocity. Now I'm going to point towards the target. We'll just go straight there. Oh, there it is. So align the vector. Now it's going to help if we point ourselves at that. This is the tug, by the way. We launched it earlier. Once our velocity changes, we should get once we're close enough to the target, we should be able to set the docking port as our target. Now it'll make rendezvous a lot easier. Very slowly approaching our target. Alright, set as target. Now I'll do the same for this. I'll point towards target. Come on. Slow down a little bit. Perfect docking maneuver. That's how you dock quickly, in case you didn't know. We'll get Bill out. Where is he? Ah, forgot about that. Alright, first what we'll do is we'll refuel the tug. It's actually one of the reasons why I built a large upper stage in this rocket, is to carry enough fuel for refueling the tug. So you can imagine like fuel lines or something running between here and there. Alright, then looks like we're almost out of liquid fuel. We'll transfer the liquid fuel and oxidizer out, just so we have some RCS control. Because this thing's completely out of oxidizer. But almost all the liquid fuel is depleted from our second stage we used to get into orbit. Alright, that should be enough oxidizer. We don't carry too much because, well, we don't really need it. So now, I believe we can decouple this guy. Awesome. Just gonna pull away. That should be a contract complete, right, too? Yep, rendezvous 2 vessels. Do we still... Alright, this contract still... The space station still will complete the solar contract too. Now we can get Bill out. Bill's an engineer, so he's capable of doing some construction. We're just gonna strip together these two craft. And here's the lander. You can go inspect that personally, Bill. Thank you. Bring up the construction. Shouldn't need too many struts. Probably don't even need the struts, honestly, but you know, just for safety's sake. Looks like he's drifting away a little bit. Yeah, that's probably fine. Let's get aviator report. Well, the scientists chow down on that. You can get in. Awesome. Nice. Oh, there's our craft. Join us next time for the mission to Eve.